Om Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Hingulambikaya Namaha. Om Kamakhyaya Namaha. Om Kalakalaya Vidmahe Kalatitaya Dhimahi Tannah Kalabhairava Prachodayat. Om Bambatukaya Apatuddharanaya Kuru Kuru Vatukaya Rim. Om Kamakya Varade Devi Nilaparvatavasini Tom Devi Jagatam Matram Yoni Mudre Namostute. Om Namaskaram. Welcome to yet another video. Um, this video is all about Bhairava Anugraha. With his grace, today we'll just take a one step closer to him to know, understand him better as what we have already known him. In Bhairava Anugraha channel, let me just reiterate, here we are not making a fundraising channel, nor I am a social content creator, nor critics which are being shared, which is going to be helpful for me. As I always tell in all my series of videos, whatever we are trying to do it here, it is only because of the grace of Bhairava. It is not pre-planned, nor I am sitting in any kind of a studio. I am sitting in one of a place where normally I do my Nitya Dhana. My Nitya Sadhana actually is in such a way, like I continue myself such that I am always connected to him. In the same place I sit myself and try to share the information, whatever he expect me to share to you. So with that note, let's start the discussion today. Today the video will be little bit prolonged because this is a complete Swaroopa of Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava or Dhana Akarshana Bhairava. Dhana Akarshana is self-explanatory. Maybe we will come into a detail about this. But a special form of Guru Bhairava. This is a very, very special form of a Bhairava, where his name is deeply meaning as Swarna and Akarshana. What does Swarna means? Swarna is something glitters, whatever we call it as a gold in today's world or in today's existence. Maybe we may be having a much more precious metal even today. It may be a platinum or even much more precious metal, which even we are not aware about those titaniums. But still, what happens is it is always given a prominence for the gold. So it glitters. The reason actually it is actually given so much of meaning is it glitters. So whatsoever glitters, so the glittering quality is called as an Swarna. So here it symbolizes, Swarna doesn't only symbolizes which glitters, it is like precious, which has very precious meaning and value. And Akarshana, as it's a self-explanatory, it is about attraction or getting together, is where actually the Akarshana come into a picture. Swarnakarshana Bhairava is representing a divine power, okay, to attract the wealth, prosperity of whatsoever the situation you are in the life. It is written in Bhairava Tantramalaya that what is puja paddhati vidhi we are supposed to follow to attract this Bhairava, especially the Swarnakarshana Swaroopa, such that our daridhyata will go away. Daridhyata doesn't mean that actually we have a surplus or whatever we call it as a we need to overcome the situation of our existence. Like current situations, we may upgrade it to the next level. Few may be having a requirement of actually like they want to have a better family life, better parenthood, maybe their promotions in their corporate companies or in the office, they want a good hike. or even expecting unexpected when it comes to the wealth. Here, actually, we need to understand prosperity doesn't only means the money. Prosperity means everything. It may be the health, the prosperity of the health, the prosperity of the relationship, the prosperity of the current situation, what we are today, and taking the current situation to the next level is a prosperity. So, Bhairava here, he is going to bestow us with all the wealth and prosperity with the Swarnakarshana Bhairavas, his Swaroopas, Mahaswarupa. So today, as we deep dive into this journey of knowing Swarnakarshana Bhairava into a detailed way, maybe this particular episode, I will be having a 3 episodes or 2 to 3 episodes mainly to discuss in detail about the Swarnakarshana Bhairava. Reason is very simple. You may have come across multiple videos in the on the in on the YouTube or on the social media where you may be having finding a very small glimpse of the information about the Sammōhana Bhairava. Here, with Baba's grace, we will try to understand him better, know him one step better as what we understood yesterday. Here, it doesn't mean that actually I am trying to tell something or you are able to listen to something. Not at all. Only with His grace I am able to tell, and with His grace you are able to listen to it. There are multiple videos which is available in social media. If none of them actually are able to see this video, it doesn't mean that actually they do not have a Krupa of Bhairava. No, not at all. Maybe this particular knowledge is not required to them. Maybe they are above or yet to come to that stage. We really don't know. So we'll not talk more about those. We'll just switch to our topic today about Swarnakarshana Bhairava, where Guru Bhairava is in a Rajasika Swaroopa. His Swaroopa is in such a way that actually he is so majestic, so majestic that his expression of his Swaroopa is in such a way that we need to dwell into his complete Swaroopa perspective. See here, worshipping Bhairava is on many different terms, whereas essentially devotees are especially goddesses Bhagavati or Bhagavati. I mean to say like Bhagavati in the Swarupa of whichever the Bhagavati Swarupa we normally do a prayer to the Ma Bhagavati. Bhairava is defaultly worshipped in many forms. So maybe I'll try to give few of them articulation about it. See, as a concept of Mahavidya goddesses like Dasaha Mahavidya Mata, maybe I'll tell you what are those Dashavatara Mata, where in Dasha Mahavidyas, how exactly Mahavidya goddesses are connected to Bhairava. What are their Swarupas? Maybe I'll try to give few information about those. Here in Dasha Mahavidya, Bhairava is in the form of Akshobhya Bhairava or Mahakala Bhairava or Krodha Bhairava and many other Swarupas. When it is comes to the concept of Matrikas, there is a difference between Mahavidya, okay, Dasha Mahavidya and Matrikas. And when it comes to the Matrikas, especially Ma in the Matrika Swarupa, it comes like Ashitanga Bhairava and Ruru Bhairava, they come into a picture. They are being considered as a concept of the Mata in this particular Swarupa. And when it comes to the Vatuka, I always tell many people still have a questions to me, Vatuka or Vatuka. Both are one and same. Vatuka is simple. It is actually a Sanskrit correct pronunciation of a younger one. Okay. So Vatuka, the son of Bhagavati. Here he is the son of a Bhagavati. He normally what happens is who improves the worship rituals similar to the Kaumari. Okay. So here he is being prayed as a Vatuka Bhairava in a various what we call as protective forms like Badabanala Bhairava. He is like in a different Swarupas. There are many Swarupas of Bhairava. Believe me, if I want to talk only about Bhairava, maybe this lifetime will not be sufficient for us to even know about him. He has so much of Swarupas which he has took to grace us. maybe knowingly, unknowingly, we are praying to him in a different way of forms, and we really don't know about those. So coming to topic, in a special form, invoking a specific purpose like Swarnakarshana Bhairava, where he governs the wealth as well as in protection. Sammōhana Bhairava as well, to enhance, he will come into a picture. And when it comes to Swachananda Bhairava, okay, Swachananda Bhairava is actually, he teaches, okay, about a Śrīkula Krama Tantra. It is a more depth information when it comes to the Devi Aradhana. Many detailed informations are there, but I will try to restrain to share all those informations, because that would be a very huge topic when it comes to the understanding Dasaha Mahavidya informations and matrikas, as well as especially from Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava, as we are currently talking about. Maybe the next will be Sammōhana Bhairava, where actually he will enhance the things. Swacchanda Bhairava is actually, which is so helpful as a Guru Bhairava, where he actually ensures that how Ma, Ma, Ma actually will be able to know, and how her tantric informations, especially in the Śrīkula Karma Tantra, how it has been decoded. This we will be able to know much more in those informations. As I told you initially about Dasaha Mahavidya Mata, like as a concept of Mahavidyas, Dasaha Mahavidya, like Akshobhya as well as Akshobha Bhairava as well as Krodha Bhairava. Here, let me just give you a little information about how exactly Dasaha Mahavidya goddesses are correspondent to the Bhairava. As I told, whenever you take the name of Mata, Durga Ma, Bhagavati Ma, Adya, whatever you call it, she is in that Swaroopa. Okay. Here, especially in the Dasaha Mahavidyas, Mahakali is associated with Kala Bhairava or Mahakala Bhairava. Okay. Tarama is associated with Akshobhya Bhairava. Tripura Sundari Ma, she is a Shodashi. Okay. She is associated with a Kameshwara Bhairava. And Bhuvaneshwari, he is associated with the Ishwara Bhairava. And Bhairavi, here Bhairavi, it is commonly termed as Bhairava Swaroopa, where he is connected. Concept is actually Bhairava, but in detail, if you want to go, it is like Dakshinamurti Bhairava. Okay, so it is much more intense Swaroopa. Chinnamasta Bhairava, here actually it is Kabandha Bhairava, actually will be the concept of the Mata here. And Dhumavati Ma, actually we do not, as per the articulation or as well as Dasaha Mahavidya, we do not have any kind of a Bhairava Swaroopa getting connected to here. Reason is actually Mata here, she is in the very different form. Okay, she is in the form of actually a rage, where she is in the form of a widow. Okay, so Dhumavati Ma Swaroopa, if we need to understand Dasaha Mahavidya Swaroopas, it takes one more series of discussion. Maybe with Mata's grace we will see. We really don't know as of now. We are not supposed to talk about those, but to talk about from a here from a topic perspective, the Dhumavati Ma, she is, no Bhairava Swaroopa has been associated in that particular Swarupa of Ma. When it comes to Baglamukhi Ma, here Baglamukhi Ma, here actually Ekavrata Bhairava, or he can also be called as Mahabhairava. So basically he is a concept for the Mata here, and his Swarupa is very prominent when it comes to all the 64 Bhairava Swarupas. Here he plays a very vital role, and because he is called as Sthamban here particularly, Mata is also called as Sthamban, Vashikarana, whatever we call it as, she is actually governing all those topics. And Bhairava is in concept in such a way, he is always half of the support of the mother he has been doing in that particular Swarupa. Next, 9th Swarupa is Matangima. Matangima is Mahayogi Bhairava. Here, as I told, each Swarupas of Mata has a very potent and vital informations as connected to its concept of Bhairavas. The last is actually Kamalama, like Kamala Litye. Kamala is actually like she also been called as in Lakshmi or many of them. Like Kamala is always associated to Vishnu Bhairava because of her name. Vishnu Bhairava is a mixture of both Vishnu Swaroopa as well as Shiva Swaroopa. Here, in Dasaha Mahavidyas, it is very detailedly been articulated. So just to give you a little glimpse of the information, in Shri Vidya traditions, what happens is basically how Bhairava is being connected. The mantra of in Shri Vidya, basically, if you have no in little bit of information of Shri Vidya, basically in Shri Vidya, there is one particular mantra, especially from a Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava perspective. It is considered as consolidated part of importance of a mantra like Mahashodashi. So it is a mixture of the information of mantras which actually we recite in this particular Shri Vidya tradition. We invoke Swarnakarshana Bhairava. We invoke Swarnakarshana Bhairava such that actually Mahashodashi is importance of that mantra we will be able to decode better way. Here I am not trying to teach you something about Shri Vidya. I am trying to just tell you about how exactly Swarnakarshana Bhairava, Bhairava Swaroopa is connected to the very important topic of Mata Swaroopa. Okay, even in the Saundarya Tantra, especially, it has been articulated like Ma Gauri or Ma Parvati is connected to the Dakshinamurti of the Swarupa. Here, Ma Parvati as well as Shiva. Dakshinamurti is none other than Paramashiva Shiva. In Dakshinamurti Swarupa, he explains to Mata like in a golden throne sitting under the divine tree, like a Kalpa Vruksha. Mahatripura Sundari, Dakshinamurti, here he reveals the figure of Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava. Actually, if you see, as per the scriptures, Rudramalaya Tantra, it is being told that Shiva has conveyed about this Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava Swaroopa to Nandi, and Bhagavan Nandi actually has to do the uddhara of this human life. He actually was able to recite this to the rishis. That is written in Rudramalaya Tantra. However, in Mahatripura Sundari, when she asked the question to Dakshinamurti about to reveal about the source of the prosperity, the source of the wealth, then Dakshinamurti Maha Shiva reveals that it is only one form of Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava who grants the wealth, who grants a wealth and devotes of Tripurambika, removes any kind of misfortunes, and a trinity of. He also clearly clarifies how exactly these are connected. Anyone who actually even take the name of Swarnakarshana Bhairava, they will be able to attract a little bit of fortune in their life. Any kind of a misfortune in their current existence life will skip. There is a puja, complete puja vidhi to invoke him, and there is a detailed sadhana paddhati which we are supposed to know about his swarupas. Maybe, as I told you, in this episodes we'll try to cover as much of information such that actually as you get one step closer to know about our Guru Bhairava in a Swarnakarshana Swarupa. Here, the embodies of a trinity, like what we call as Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva, Trinity Swarupa. Even the God worshipped him. He tells that actually, like even all the devatas worshipped him, even to get the prosperity and overcome the poverties. So he clearly explains that how exactly these are connected. Maybe in the down the line in the video series or a video steps, we will talk about this in the detail. But let me explain you. Swarnakarshana Bhairava is also described as Dattatreya Sametha Bhairava. Okay, it's another scripture as a key aspects of Shri Vidya, actually as we work with. And his upasana includes rituals of mantras, as well as chanting mantras, reciting hymns, and performing a particular structure worship like doing a havana, doing a nama japa. All these things actually will come into a picture. On a very high level, on this particular episode, I'll try to give you a very glimpse information. Maybe each particular topic we will try to pitch in and dive into a deeper information about those. But on a very high level, let me just underline you. I believe you would be knowing about this. Mahalakshmi actually once was had done a she actually was run out of her wealth due to one particular shapa which she had got it. Maybe I'll talk about those in the detail later. But also at that given point of time, she actually had invoked Swarnakarshana Bhairava, and she meditated him in such a form like she was able to regain her complete Swaroopa. She was able to restore her power in such a way that it is mentioned in a very detailed story. Maybe we'll talk about this later. That's the one Devatas who actually worshipped Swarnakarshana Bhairava. The initially for the topic and the discussion perspective, I'm just trying to share Mahalakshmi Ma. And Swarnakarshana Bhairava here actually, as I told you, he is actually being considered as the one of the five deities which is embodied into a Trinity Swarupa of Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha. Apart from this, in the whatever we do or Shri Vidya tradition, we normally also have something called as in Dattatreya, Narasimha, as well as Uchishta Ganapati puja vidhi. Here Swarnakarshana Bhairava Swarupa is very, very important to ensure that actually his any kind of a sadhaka who is doing the Devi Aradhana, his mantra is also been embedded into the mantras. Okay, so it is like it has been considered that actually along with Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesha, Swarnakarshana Bhairava Swarupa is very, very essential, and his mantra is widely used for like prosperity as well as a protection perspective. And some lineages have alternative versions of their mantras, like a different texture. And the most popular version is Sundari mantra. Reason why I'm trying to tell you is when it do a aradhana of a particular devi, Kaula Marga or whatever Kali Marga is one way. Second is Shri Vidya Marga. So basically, both Margas are connecting to the Devi Swarupa only, but it is a Saumya Swarupa as well as we call it as Tamasika, Rajasika Swarupas. Here again, let me not differentiate with which is good, which is bad, what is actually needed, what doesn't needed. Every three gunas is really needed for even for we being to even know about the devatas. Okay, so Bhairava, and he is in all the three gunas. Mata, she is in all the three gunas. It is only our choice what we are going to choose it. Normally, whenever we go to any kind of restaurants, we always have a choice to actually choose what we really need to. Similarly, when it comes to the aradhana of the devatas, we know like what is our type of consciousness connected to, what is our past life karma or past life sadhana paddhati which we have carried to, where we will be able to invoke the devata in that particular swarupa. I'm not trying to tell here what is correct, what is wrong. I'm trying to just give you a gist of information which is really as a gunas which we need to know. So basically in Saundarya Tantra, the mantra recitations actually changes, not as a normal recitations, it is little bit changes. And also it is like being Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava removes the obstacles in the life, providing the safety. And he also is a multiple practices has been done on his name. Maybe today Swarnakarshana Bhairava is only done because of getting the wealth. No, not only that, even if you want to enhance your spiritual journey to the next level, to the highest level, as I told you, glitter. What does that glitters? Is a glitter of the knowledge of Bhairava. That is also Swarna. If you are knowing about this Bhairava today, in this particular Swarupa, here that is also a Swaranam. So basically, we should not limit ourselves the Swarna as only as a gold or a precious metal. So his upasana and guidance is knowledgeable gurus, um, like Kuhunadi is one paddhati where actually a misuse of energies can be caused. So it is also called his upasana should be done, especially on a guidance of the guru. Okay, like what there is a particular prerequisite we call it as when we do any kind of a Bhairava Aradhana. Maybe as you have already seen all the series of the Bhairava with Bhairava Anugraha. Here, especially in the Kuhu Nadi, like it is like a subtle energy. Okay, it is a subtle energy which get activated in us, and to even hold that energy, we need to have a Guru's grace. And Guru actually will be able to help us as a shield. He will be able to protect us. Okay, and yeah, that's his always any kind of a Swarupas normally need to be done from the Guru's guidance. And without his guidance, without his support, even invoking the Bhairava or doing the Aradhana of a Bhairava is really impossible. Even if it is so, as I told you, if we our past karma carries of a Satvika Swarupa and we start doing the invocation of a Devi or a Bhairava in the Tamasika or a Rajasika way, maybe we will not yet prepare to handle that stages of um, the energy what we are going to get from that particular day deities. Okay, so it is always said, know your energies, know your connection with the devatas, know which particular Swarupa is actually getting in a subtle way where you are getting connected. So if someone comes and asks me like what is my particular Bhairava which I am connected to, I will not be able to tell you those. You being an individual of your life, you will be knowing much more about him. Like to put it into a simple terms, maybe about the same particular Devata Swarupa, you will be repeatedly knowing about him that in that Swarupas. In Satvike, maybe his mantras, it Mula mantra, it his Nivarana mantra, his puja paddhati. Maybe one or the other way you will get to know through the social media or someone from you read from some article, or you may come across some informations. Someone is trying to talk and you are able to listen those. These are the hints actually they particularly devatas will be able to disclose that I am here to actually in this particular Swarupa you can access me. So this is the um, chit sheet which we need to understand. Whatever we call it as manuscript, like of Saundarya Tantra, it is complete, describes the worship until it is available today. So Shri Vidya Mata Sadhana, why it is still dated so much prominence is because she is completely accessible to this particular vidhi, telling us that actually if you do a aradhana to me in this particular Swarupa, I will be able to share you my Swarupas and information to you in such a way you will able to know about your way of worshipping to me. To summarize, so Svarṇākarṣaṇa Bhairava is a very powerful devata. Particularly Swarupa is mainly for the prosperity and protection. Spiritual growth is what actually is being seen from a Shri Vidya tradition perspective. However, the proper guidance and the care are essential for his worship. As I always tell, it is always needed. So that is the quick note information. As I told you, I will take this information into a different episodes such that you will get to know, rather than making a very long video you'll miss out the very essential information. I'll try to put across short videos, like 30 plus minutes videos, such that you will have some sufficient time to see this video multiple times, understand what I am trying to put across the information to you. See, just to know about Swarnakarshana Bhairava, his mantra, japa, and do start doing the process. Believe me, this is not the way we need to. We need to know about the lineage of what exactly we are trying to do. It has been beautifully been articulated. unless we do not know the information of our lineage. For example, our great grandfathers, his particular sadhana or his particular karma is actually been activated in my life. Maybe in the percentage wise it would be active. Similarly, so to know about him, talk about him, understand about him, we need to have past karmas incur such that actually we will be able to know one step ahead whatever we know him today. So short videos will surely help you out. Next, actually, the episode I will cover much more about Swarnakarshana Bhairava, how exactly he became the devata of wealth, how Dakshinamurti Dakshinamurti Parashiva was able to explain this to Parvati Ma Adhyama, that what are the steps, how exactly the invocation need to be done, what is the complete story, how Kubera came into a picture, how Mahalakshmi actually was able to overcome her Papa Vimochana which was being done. And not only this, according to the Tantra Shastras, especially Swarnakarshana Bhairava is described into a different levels. Like it is also told Durvasa Muni was the main person who had given a curse to Mahalakshmi, which made her to run out of her prosperity. She became Daridra Lakshmi at that point of time. So all this information I'll try to share in my next episode. Please, I request to viewers, please listen to this multiple times to know about Swarnakarshana Bhairava in a detailed way, such that we know him, start invoking him in our life, and getting his divine grace on us. Okay. Om Bhairavaya Namaha. Om Hingulambikaya Namaha. Om Kamakyaya Namaha. Om Hingule Paramahingule. Amrtarupini Tanushakti Manashive Shri Hingulaya Namaha. Om Kamakya Varade Devi Neelaparvatavasini Tvam Devi Jagatam Matram Yoni Mudre Namostate. Namaskaram.